got my rods and reels. It's the real deal. Got plenty of room, so come on, come on.
It's a thrill to come to Sitka and be back in Southeast Alaska. Years ago, I spent a summer up here as a fisheries biologist working for the Tongass National Forest out of Ketchikan. And coming back up here allows me to relive that moment in my life with so many fond memories. Sitka is the most picturesque city in Southeast Alaska. It's flanked by snow-capped mountains to the east, and it's situated on the west side of Napa Island. It's no wonder the cruise ships stop here. There's plenty of tourists, and all these nice gift shops, great restaurants, and the rich maritime culture can't be missed either. Head down to the docks and check out the fishing history in this quaint seaside town. This is the largest fleet of commercial fishermen this side of Alaska. I'm excited to see some pretty amazing wildlife here as well. Whales, bears, eagles. This place is America's last frontier. I was really looking forward to my trip, especially when I knew I was going to be staying with my good friend, Duane Lambert. He's the owner of the Dove Island Lodge. The lodge has 5 unique 2-bedroom suites, each with a California king beds, fireplaces, oceanfront balconies, and a private hot tub. For larger groups, they have 2 amazing cabins. I always say Duane brings Napa Valley to Southeast Alaska. With his extensive knowledge of the Napa area and owning a winery himself, Dove Island Lodge really marries the 2 lifestyles remarkably. Expect world-class 5-course dining every night while you stay here. Then indulge in all that comfort and class that Dove Island Lodge has to offer. No other lodge could give you the diversity of fishing adventures in Sitka, Alaska than Dove Island Lodge. They have both freshwater and saltwater fishing programs that will keep your thirst for fishing excitement satisfied. They can take you offshore for salmon, halibut, cod, with record-sized species just a few miles away. Or take ATVs to discover a new fishing hole in the great Alaskan wilderness. Or, best of all, go on a breathtaking flight in Duane's de Havilland Beaver to a remote waterway and fish for world-class steelhead with a professional guide who's got your back. You know, by the time you walk down that boardwalk, you get off the boat, and you come out here and you look at this unbelievable view. I can't wait to experience what you have up here this week.
Well, we look forward to showing you everything, and hopefully the weather and the fishing will cooperate.
Duane, I can't thank you enough for bringing us down here. The experience I know is going to be a lifelong memory, and I'm really looking forward to spending a week with you down here.
It'll be fun.
IGFA Anglers Digest is brought to you by Mojo Apparel. It's time to get your mojo on. By Cobian Footwear. Step into performance, step into quality, step into Cobian. And by the Los Cabos Tourism Board, making sure all your fishing dreams come true.
All right, this is going to be a huge treat today. I mean, a huge treat. I haven't done this in a long time. We've got this beautiful custom beaver plane. What we're going to do is go to some rivers south Napa Island to do some steelhead fishing here with Vic.
We're going to swing flies.
Okay.
We're using 8-weight rods with big, flashy, colorful flies.
Okay. All right. What size fish can we expect?
It'll range anywhere from 8 to 10 to 12. There are some 20-pounders in there.
One of the best parts about freshwater fishing is just the journey getting there. Whether it be the airplane, the small hike to get in there, it's incredibly beautiful. Where we're going today, there's a gorgeous waterfall. It's a fairly short, semi-extreme hike, but very doable for most people. So anyway, let's do it.
The flight down is spectacular. Flying over areas like Necker Cove, Whales Bay, areas I've fished before on mothership operations and always enjoyed, but for me to enjoy those views again from the air was awesome.
All right, Duane, we'll see you in about an hour. I think we can get the job done within that.
Okay, great. You guys have a good time?
As we're walking up the trail, huge Sitka spruce, hemlocks, cedars, just a beautiful stand of trees. And it just felt so good to be back along a beautiful river in Southeast Alaska.
The crescendo of it all is that there's a big waterfall right at where we start fishing. So there's a lake up above, the waterfall spills into this mile-long river that on good years is chock full of steelhead.
I'm left-handed, and coming back on a regular left-hand cast, I'm gonna be in the trees. So he tells me where he wants that fly, and really the only option I have is to turn completely away from that river, fly cast so I can see where that fly is, And then on the cast, roll back, lay it out, and then mend the line to get it under this one tree. But hey man, we're throwing it. I'm getting the fly right where we need to be. But again, that water there was about 3-4 feet deep. Just not getting that fly down low enough for him.
Bill,
Yep.
just between you and me,
Yeah.
I think that fish that we're looking at is
Yeah.
a rock.
Okay, let's go on. We going down? So we walked down about 20 yards, 30 yards, and there's one overhanging tree. Throw it out, I mend it. That's where you roll the line on the uphill side so it drifts, a cleaner drift. And I got the rod tip low, anticipating a bite with every cast, and it's just not happening, just not happening. And then Vic says, let's change flies.
Okay, your best cast. Try to get it back there.
Put back that other fly. He walks down. I'm gonna give myself one last shot at that fish. Lay it out, and as soon as that fly lands, I'm like, man, this is the cast. This is the one. Got him.
Is that a fish? Get it lined into your left hand there. Get your line there. Nice. Get him on the reel. Get him
Good
on the
fish.
reel.
Okay. It's coming at me quick. I don't want to give it any slack, so I'm just pulling line through my fingers. Hold
Okay,
on.
what I'd like you to do is come this way. Reel, reel, reel. Good job.
We're trying to get him into skinnier water where we can land it.
This way. Come across. There you go.
And then the fish rolled, and that was the time we got a look at him. And he had to have been 12 to 14 pounds. It was a real quality fish.
Got it.
Now don't let him take it if he needs it. Okay, now come this way. See if you can't just get that rod high. Get him on the tip of the rod. Oh! We were pulling a little hard.
That and it got around those trees. That was my biggest fear. The line kind of hit the side of that branch and it came on. We're ecstatic that I got hooked up. But the reality of it is, you're fly fishing for a very weary fish, the steelhead. And we both know with our experience, this could be the only hookup we've got. It's almost like going marlin fishing and have that big blue marlin come up and eat that lure and lose it, and then sit there for the rest of the day wondering, are we gonna get another shot? We were ecstatic that we hooked a fish, everything's good, and I'm just telling myself, hey, if there's that one fish that bit, there's gonna be another one that's gonna bite. We are gonna get a fish. Casting to another fish, we knew it was in this one area, didn't get it to go. So Vic turns around and he starts walking towards the shore.
We hadn't caught a fish yet, so I was going to go back and pull out the sat phone and ask for more time.
Cast, 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 third or fourth cast, swing it, bite, come back. There it is, there it is. Fish on, fish on.
Get him on the reel. Get him on the reel. Attaway.
He'd taken 3 real good runs, bottom, kept tension on the line, and then the fish was starting to give way.
Attaway.
And he brought him
Stick
in
with
a
him.
little bit at a time, and I asked him to put the rod over my head and swang him right into me. Came in, just touched the leader enough to tail him, pick him up, and then set her down in the water.
Nice.
All right, come on down.
Land about an 8-pound hen. Beautiful fish, super bright, great fight.
See the bite
Yep.
mark, maybe a seal or something?
Yep, something got her at one point.
Okay, grab
Yep.
my pliers. She's been good to us.
Yep.
We're gonna let her go back, and there she goes. Good job.
Thanks for your work on this, man. 'Cause it's really hard for me to see these things because they're so camouflaged. Well, we know there's a few more fish down here. How much time we got?
We got enough for a few more casts.
Do
Let's
we?
see if we
Okay.
can do one more.
Awesome.
All right.
Mission accomplished. Steelhead on the fly.
Good job.
2 hookups. Vic goes, hey, there's a few more fish hanging down here. He got off to the side. It was perfect. He sought the fish, so I can stay up above, out of sight and out of mind of those fish, but I can lay that fly to where they are. And he's off to the side with polarized glasses. He's telling me exactly where it's gonna be. So I lay the cast out. I think it was my second or third cast. Bow! Hook up again. Oh yeah!
Yeah, baby.
Right there! Right there!
Get off,
Right.
on the reel.
Nice fish!
Reel, reel, reel. Let him go. Nicely done, yes.
He puts up a nice jump. Every time we tried to grab him, he'd run back again. It was a really, really scrappy fish. We're just like, yeah! 3 steelhead hookups. Coming right at you. Right in the corner. Sweet!
Little smaller fish.
Little
but
smaller fish, a little more color.
A male
Oh, male, definitely so. What you'll see on a male over a female is a longer jawline and a little bit more of a kite, the curved up bottom lower jaw. And again, this fly is the fly of choice, I would have to say, huh? Those little beak hooks are so sharp. Release the fish, let's go. Got down, plane came and picked us up. And for a first day here in Alaska, to pull that off, I'm in that plane, flying back, and my heart is just bursting with joy. It was really cool. So we're gonna have a day of offshore fishing. I'm really looking forward to this experience. I love fishing with Stephanie Choate. Had a great time with her and her father Tim in Fiji several months ago. And we've talked about doing some other locations in the world and fishing. And she had a captain friend of hers, Brett Ryan from Louisiana. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna have a great day offshore on a really cool boat with Captain Jordan. We're gonna go out and see if we can't whack a couple of salmon, maybe a halibut, but also we're gonna try for an IGFA yellow eye rockfish record on 8-pound test for Stephanie. And she's got the talent to pull it off if we can hook her up with that fish. We made a nice run up to the north, came around this one peninsula. We saw about 8 boats off in the distance. And Jordan says, you know what, I know there's fish in this area, but I don't want to be right in the middle of the pack. So we went over and fished this one point about a mile away from these other boats, and right away, Stephanie hooked about a 8-9-pound female. Nice!
All right.
Good girl. Nice and easy. She's doing a great job on this fish. Oh, that stick is perfect. Look at that. That vision.
Here we go. There he is. Oh, look at that color. It's beautiful.
Oh, I'm just gonna release this one. He's pretty little. We're looking for bigger ones.
If we're gonna take a fish for our daily limit, we wanna make sure it's a quality fish to bring home. All right, let's bang another one, man. Woo! We got love going on the boat. We got a mojo on. So about 15 minutes later, after catching and releasing that first king salmon that Stephanie got, Brett hooks up. Good fish. He saw the line come out of the clip. He comes tight on it. And I can tell right away it's a good fish.
Oh, yeah,
He brought it under the net, and I think it was about a 18, 19-pound king. And just beautiful condition factor, big thick back on it, bright nickel bright fish. So we're gonna take it. That's gonna be his fish for the day, his king salmon. So here it's right around noon. We're fishing off this beautiful rocky headland. I mean, the scenery where you're fishing is incredible. Nice! And all of a sudden, here's a whale. There's a whale. There's a whale. There's a whale. And Stephanie looks at me, she goes, this place is wild. You know what? This is wild ocean. This is exactly what that NCMC campaign's all about, the wild ocean campaign. Because those whales are there because of bait. And all that bait, all those forage species is so important to the NCMC's mantra of conservation. And what happens next? Bingo, I get bit. Bingo, she gets bit. Now we got a double hookup. Stephanie, give me a high five, sister.
Right.
Woo! These kings will really give us a good fight. Some light lines, light tackle. Yeah, Steph. I don't know, you want to put these in the box? I'm pretty happy with these.
I think so.
I bring in, I don't know, 16, 17-pound fish. Hers are about the same. Can I get a couple of photographs? Because this is a fanatic moment. Cool.
All right.
Captain Jordan puts our limits of king salmon on the boat fairly quickly, and we decide for the rest of the afternoon we're going to go catch halibut and try and concentrating on catching the yellow eye rockfish for Stephanie's world record.
So Captain Jordan puts us on a spot, fishing about 110, 115 feet of water, but not much current. Because we want to fish the light line, just fish those classic little gitlet plastic lures. Brett was fishing that Halco chrome twisty jig. That, to me, would have been the perfect jig to fish in that spot. All right, on the chrome. Ooh, he's got a little fight to him. Yoo-hoo! Right away, he catches a beautiful black rockfish. Nice one, brings it in. But we're keeping all these rockfish because they're really a good fillet. Real white, flaky meated fillet. So he gets that in the box. And we started catching this mass variety of rockfish, which I'm digging it, right? We got quillbacks. Stephanie gets a really nice black rockfish. Even Jordan got in the game, and he hooked a nice yellow eye rockfish, which is the species we were looking for. This one might go 6.5 pounds.
Yeah.
Yours has to be almost 11. They're here, and I think at least we got a shot.
So we were catching all the rockfish, bending rods, having a great time. Bill actually made his own little sabiki type of bait rod, dropped it down, came up with 3 different species of rockfish on the line at one point, which was pretty amazing.
Oh my God, look at this triple. And then Brett hooks up a beautiful copper rockfish. Oh you got a nice, look at that copper, isn't it? That is a big copper rockfish. And normally we would have kept that fish as well, but it was spitting eggs. I mean, this fish was so gravid with eggs, so we just babied her back in the water, let her go back down. What a fishy spot, Captain. Just the diversity of the rockfish we caught on this one pinnacle was really, really impressive. Didn't catch the world record fish we were looking for, caught the species, but it was just a great time to be able to fish some light stuff, right? Little trigger sticks, light lines, chrome jigs, some plastics, fish the way we wanted to fish it, and had a great time doing it.
After all in all, it was a great day out on the water. We decided to pack it up, head to the lodge for some great wine, some excellent food, sit by the fireplace and warm back up and get ready for the next day.
We've had a phenomenal day catching steelhead, catching our salmon, catching our rockfish. But the fish we really, really wanted to get, especially to bring home, right, to share with our friends, would be the halibut.
Island
So
Spirit.
we walked down the dock, we realized, hey, we're on the Island Spirit today. This is a Dove Island Lodge boat. We got Captain Jason and his mate Dale. And on the way out, Jason sees a killer whale, an orca. We got way out in front of it, we just shut the boat off. Sure enough, they're curious animals. Comes up to us, a couple of females, a big male, finning right next to us. Woo! That could be a fanatic moment. Stunningly beautiful animals, highly intelligent, and the fact that they would just come up to us and give us a show like that was amazing. And Jason turns around and he goes, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you wanna get a halibut, I gotta get us offshore here. I'm gonna anchor us up in some really deep water, but I can pretty much assure you're gonna get that fish. You're not fishing for a location, you're putting it down there and just letting that scent come up to you. It doesn't take long. I think it's 10 minutes into this day, but we're hooking fish. Bringing them up from 700 feet, it's gonna be about a 10, 12-minute wind. They're not fighting that well, so we're thinking maybe they're just smaller halibut. And much to our demise, a shark. They're spiny dogfish, sharks. Oh, bring them up, unhook them. Let's get them back down there. Another dogfish, another dogfish.
Hopefully some big halibut will come in and push these things off the chum.
And sure enough, I hook up and bring it up. It's fighting differently. I'm thinking this might be a halibut. This might be the one. And I brought in about a 25-pound halibut. Perfect eating fish. To keep a halibut, it has to be either under 45 inches or over 68 inches. So my first fish is a legal fish. So we're elated that we got a halibut on the boat. Put the lines back down again, and we got a double hookup. This time it's Brett and Stephanie. Stephanie's fished the nice fish. You can tell right off the get-go, the way it's fighting, it's pulling line mid-water. She's got a decent fish on.
Good fish!
Stephanie reels in a 44-inch halibut, 1 inch legal. One more inch, we're gonna put that thing back. Woo! It's in the slot! Yeah. Nice! Brett brings his in, he gets a black cod, right? A sable fish, one of the most highly prized food fish in the world. Yes. It's a nice specimen. It's about a 12-pound fish. I've got my fish hooked up. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is great. This is gonna be a triple. I bring in another dogfish. Anyway, we had our 2 halibut, we had a black cod, we had a phenomenal day. We saw orcas, we went out to the spot, put our time into it, caught our fish, and had to get back into the lodge. And it just made the entire experience here a world-class event.
IGFA Anglers Digest is proudly sponsored by Fin Addicts, Fox Travel Rods, Tough Line, Halco Lures, King Sailfish Mounts, and NCMC Wild Oceans.
Before I left Sitka, Duane had one last adventure for me. Knowing my love for animals, he arranged a couple of tours for me at 2 local animal sanctuaries. I was excited to meet Lacey Penven. She's a bird trainer and a handler here at the Alaska Raptor Center. She took the time to take me around, show me the facility, and give me the rundown.
Our primary goal is raptor rehabilitation and release. We also do a little bit of research on the bald eagle and a lot of education.
The center provides medical treatment to approximately 200 bald eagles a year. It's Alaska's only full-service avian hospital, and it serves as an educational center, but it's not just bald eagles they take care of. There are plenty of bird species here to visit. The best part of it all was getting a chance to meet Volta.
Volta is our ambassador here at the Alaska Raptor Center. He actually collided with a power line downtown here and suffered multiple injuries from the accident.
Wow, we're lucky he's with us here.
Yeah, we are lucky.
Lacey, thank you so much for your time, sharing not only yourself, your education, but also the birds as well here. It's been a great experience. Next stop, Fortress of the Bear. I'm excited just pulling into this place. I mean, the name says it all. I met the executive director, a very well-spoken man named Les Kinnear, who runs the place.
We started this project 10 years ago with the idea of doing something a little more constructive with orphan cubs. For years, the state policy was to simply destroy the little cubs if their mother came in around town, if she got into trouble and got killed. 10 years ago, we got access to the site, an old industrial wastewater treatment plant. Now, we have a facility where we can bring them in, we work with them, we clean them up, we train them. When people realize how intelligent, how charismatic, how magnificent these animals are, I think a lot of people agree that they're worth saving.
It was definitely fun watching these big animals enjoying themselves, and better knowing that they were taken care of with such respect. Dove Island Lodge. From the minute I came here, I've had a smile on my face, and the moment I leave, I'll have a tear in my eye. Why? Because this is the ultimate Alaska adventure. You've got Napa Valley meets Southeast Alaska. Great food, great service, great staff, awesome fishing, freshwater steelhead, ocean salmon, halibut, lingcod, whales, eagles, orcas, bears, ATVs. I mean, it's overload, it's mental overload. If you want to make one trip to Alaska for once in your life, do it at Dove Island Lodge.